FIFA Team of the Year is probably the best time of the year for EA to give us some awesome players on Ultimate Team. It's just over a month away and the shortlist has been revealed of 55 players who could possibly be in that starting 11. What I wanted to do today was share with you all of those 55 players and then put together a starting 11 of what things could look like on FIFA 16 Ultimate Team in around a month's time. So the shortlist is comprised of 5 goalkeepers, 20 defenders, 15 midfielders and 15 attackers as well. And the 5 goalkeepers that have been nominated are on your screens right now. They are Keylor Navas, Iker Casillas, Gigi Buffon, David De Gea, and of course Manuel Neuer. What I've done for these players, and actually for the rest of the players throughout this video, is given them a +5, +6 in their overall stat, and of course the stats across the board as well. Some of them may look well and truly over the top, and that's a fair point to be made. They could be way over the top. But I seem to remember every single year EA surprise me with the crazy stats they give these players, because effectively this is the highest rated card that these players could get all year long. Moving on to the defenders, as I said, we've got 20 to look at right here. The first page, I don't see any of these players getting actually into the Team of the Year. The only one that possibly could is probably Sergio Ramos, and I don't think that would really be fair for him to get in this year. And the same occurs on this second page right here. I don't see any of these guys getting into the Team of the Year. But then again, David Luiz somehow snuck in last year, so there could be a few surprises. This page of defenders is full of the fullbacks, actually, the left backs and right backs. We've got Jordi Alba, Marcelo, Lahm, Dani Alves and Alaba. Now, Lahm is typically a midfielder, especially on Ultimate Team. This year is like a CDM, and I'm pretty sure that's where he plays for Bayern. But he's been classed in the defenders category on the shortlist for this Team of the Year. So I imagine if he got in, he would probably be a right back. In this category, I would say Dani Alves and David Alaba would be the only two that really have a chance of getting into the full Team of the Year starting 11. And the final page of defenders, the highest rated centre backs here, have got a pretty good chance of making that team. Just look at all of the amazing stats on these players and tell me that you don't think Jerome Boateng looks like the best centre back of all time. I don't know how much he would cost, but I would certainly love him in my club. Just look at that card, man. It's awesome. So now we need to move on to the midfielders. There were 15 nominated, and I don't see any of the 5 on this current page getting into the starting 11. We've got Xabi Alonso, Thiago Alcantara, Andrea Pirlo. We've also got Verratti and Rakitic as well. I guess Rakitic is a good option who could possibly get in, but I personally don't see it happening. Next up on this page, oh my god, I'd absolutely love every single one of these players to make the team. Oh, it just looks awesome. But the one that I see making it from this page is probably Sergio Busquets, and it's the one that I want the least out of the rest of those players right there. I would love the Yaya, and look at that Vidal. Look at the stats he's got right there. That's like +5, +6 in every category, and he is easily in the Vidal club, the 80+ club. And then we've got a final page of midfielders here, which is absolutely stacked once again. A couple of options to actually get into the starting 11 here would be Toni Kroos. We could see Paul Pogba, also Andres Iniesta and James Rodriguez. I reckon it's probably going to be those two that make it. However, I would actually take out Rodriguez and put in Pogba if I had my way. But Eden Hazard features on that page as well. Probably not going to happen considering the start to the season he's had this year. Now we move on to the attackers, and it's a pretty good display of some pretty awesome players. This first page has the likes of Carlos Tevez, Thomas Muller, Wayne Rooney, and of course that Benzema as well. Oh, how I would love that Tevez. Just look at his card, man. It's unreal. I think the colours work as well. And don't forget, there's a possibility of the players in the starting 11 actually having the custom pictures too. Next up, we've got some even more higher rated guys, and I just take a moment and think to yourself how awesome these would be. That Sanchez would be next level, and then look at that Robben, 96 overall rating with 97 pace and dribbling. I'd love the Gareth Bale as well, and of course the Aguero. And I think probably the worst one on that page would be Lewandowski, simply because of his skill move. But this final page of attackers is where the ratings go sky high, and the opportunity for them getting in the starting 11 is very high. I would say this year, well, we'll get to it in a moment, but look at the options we've got. A 96 rated Zlatan, I would love that. He'd have over 80 pace, which is basically the only stat he's really missing this year. 96 Neymar, that's probably being a bit generous, but I absolutely love the look of that card right there. 97 Suarez, I mean, he is probably the best striker, out and out striker in the world right now, and he would be deserving of that rating. However, I think unfortunately he's probably going to just get cut out of that team, which is so unfair. And then we've got two players who are pretty much guaranteed their spot in the team of the year. It's the best two players in the world, no doubt about it. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going to choose one who's better or who's worse, but obviously it's probably quite clear to see that Messi's had a better year, so he's probably looking at the 99 overall rated card, whereas Ronaldo would probably get that 98. Now it's time to put these players into a starting 11. The starting 11 is the actual cards which get released onto Ultimate Team, so that's what you guys want to know about. And of course we've gone with Neuer in goal today. He is likely to get a 95 or a 96 rated card, which would be just literally next level. He's already amazing this year on Ultimate Team, and I would love to just see how good that card is. Moving on to the defense, this is what I've decided to go for this year with a little help from a couple of my friends that know a lot more about football than I do. We've gone for 3 centre-backs and a right-back. Dani Alves, Chiellini, Gerard Piqué, and of course Jerome Boateng. However, the team of the year is always extremely dominated by the La Liga, and a lot of people say it's like rigged and stuff. If Sergio Ramos manages to wangle his way into this, I'll be a little bit frustrated, but again, it would be an awesome card for Ultimate Team. Moving on to the midfield, I sort of mentioned it earlier who I think is going to get into the starting 11. It's going to be Sergio Busquets, James Rodriguez, and Andres Iniesta. Probably the likelihood of someone like Toni Kroos. We could have Rakitic, Pogba getting in there ahead of one or two of those players is possible, but I think those are the 3 players that EA are going to go for this year. And when I say EA, I don't actually mean that EA create this team at all. I know that it was just like a mishap in what I said. And then this year's front 3, the attackers, I think it's probably going to be Neymar, Messi, and Ronaldo. The possibility of Neymar being switched out for Suarez is a likelihood. It could happen. And there's also a chance, I guess, for Zlatan to get in there. But I think after Neymar's display over the past 12 months, he's in the running. And of course, that front 3 is actually the 3 players that are nominated for the Ballon d'Or award, the most prestigious award here. Literally the award for Player of the Year. Therefore, how can they all not make it into the starting 11? That's kind of a given, right? So this is my starting 11 for the possible team of the year coming out in just over a month's time. The whole Ballon d'Or ceremony is somewhere around the 12th, 13th, 14th of January. It changes every year depending on the day and stuff like that. But it genuinely, in terms of Ultimate Team, means some pretty awesome packs come out. We have a good time and we get these awesome players on Ultimate Team, which is what we all want, really. I hope you guys have found this video useful. You now know the whole running of the shortlist of all the players that could possibly be in the team of the year. And of course, with this being a controversial video, I would, hope for some respect in the comments, respect the decisions that I've gone with for my starting 11, but please be more than happy to leave your comments on who you think should make the cut over some of the players that are in my team if you don't agree. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel for more of this type of content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.